Hello. How's it going? I thought, because last night was so fun, I thought we'd jump straight into the remake. It's sort of, to be honest, the reason I played the original was because I was looking forward to giving this one a go. This was timed perfectly. I was procrastinating for ages. I was tinkering around making the overlay that you see before you right now. Very humdrum, very it'll do. One thing I do need though. Or maybe I don't. I'm trying to think where my glasses case is now, because that's where I keep the thing that I use to wipe my lenses. Oh well. Got the HD texture pack on. I have. But yeah, there is some sort of intro thing. We'll have a look at it in a moment. RTX. I don't even know what that is. I'm looking around side to side. No, I can't see it. I should probably just give it. But yeah, this is ActRaiser Renaissance. Oh, maybe I can unplug the controller from the doodad now. I was leaving it on charge. But yeah, I thought we'll have a go. There's a little introduction, so I'm just going to let the demo movie play. Oh, it says Quintet in the bottom left corner. That's so sad. So I wonder if Square Enix, I guess they own the rights to this game now. I wonder what about the other Quintet properties. But yeah, tonight we're not doing retro. I wasn't really sure what to do. I guess we can't really call this retro, so we won't be obnoxious. He's always listed on the... Yeah, he did. He's Diva. Good for him. You know, get that recognition. Especially in this case, because the game... he is doing it himself again this time around. It's quite special that they managed to get him back. I guess this is the intro like we read in the SNES manual 2 days ago. But this time actually seeing it. I've still got a bit of a throat, so you'll have to excuse me. There we are. Looking a little bit more like gorgeous, I would say, compared to the previous game. There's that tit boss with his axe. That, yeah, that is not what was happening yesterday. See, this is lovely, this animation. Unfortunately, some of the in-game animation is not quite as nice, but we'll have a crack. I'm gonna, what's the word? Just go in with the best frame of mind. Like, it's come out, it's done its thing. I'm no longer set up for disappointment. I'm just going to play the game on its own terms. This is what I did when I played Secret of Mana. After sort of the initial underhype, I guess, had come out. So we'll tinker around in the... Oh, you can actually listen to the music, I think. They're really pushing the music. We've got them all here. Oh, that's the original. It's a lovely remaster, isn't it? We'll have the remake music. How is the volume actually? I didn't think to check. Hopefully I think it's a good level, so I'll probably leave that as it is. Message speeds. Display damage. I don't understand why you'd have environmental effects on or off. Why would you turn them off? Turn the brightness up. You can turn the brightness up so that you can't see the details anymore. That's a choice. Oh, this was an interesting thing I saw. Hang on, I am going to just grab my... Oh, there it is. My glasses case. I want to wipe my lens while I'm talking about this, because I can see some smudge on it and it's pissing me off. But it has some new moves, I think, this version. So there's like a back step down, there's combo attacks, and there's like an upward thrust and a downward thrust or something. But if you choose, like this option right now, we can just turn it off if you want to play like old school style. But I think because, you know, we're playing a remake, we'll play with the new features, whatever they are. Oh my god, you know when you wipe a glasses lens and you just make it worse? I hate this. I really hate this. But I refuse to do contact lenses. But I hate the glare, because I'm sitting in the dark as well. So the TV's like making a glare of a smudge on my glasses and it's doing my head in. I should have done this before I went live. Just can't get this tiny smudge off. Maybe I'll just go do it in a bit. Anyway, so then I didn't really understand this. It's like I don't know if it was a. I guess it's just included, but you can choose which clothes your angel wears, and it's like the sort of cherub look or this kind of like devil look. But we'll leave the traditional style, I think. And then buttons. I think they explain them in game. So let's just jump in. Runix, how you doing? I did actually play the very start of this, like just to have a look at it initially. Oh, I can't remember what buttons I want now. There we go. But how's it going? It's good. I'm still sort of recovering from this horrible cold, but it's just, I think I've just about got rid of it now. So I'm trying to get this crap off these glasses. Yeah, I had a look at the start, and it was actually quite difficult when I looked at it, which is good. But there's 3 difficulties. I was very tempted to go for hard. So you have less lives, 3 lives. I don't know whether I should or not. It changes the difficulty of the enemies, and it also reduces how many lives you have. It could be tempting. I think you can change it at any point in time, though, so we could always turn it down if it's too bad. The only thing that I did read on a Google was that they said that all it seems to do is double the health of bosses and make them hit harder, which isn't necessarily fun. It kind of makes them maybe more of a chore. Well, I might just see how the first boss is. But I'm kind of tempted to, because, you know, coming off a retro sort of version onto a modern one, they often do tend to tone them down for modern day people. If you play on easy, you have infinite lives, which is quite interesting. I don't know. 5 lives seems a lot. 3 was how the original was. But then again, would you be able to find more in the game like you could on the Super Nintendo version? So it would make it quite rough. Let's just go for it. So yeah, we can change it any time in the Sky Temple, so that'll do. There he is, his lovely angel person. So you've arisen again, Lord Moon? I have. It's been a day. And some of the dialogue is actually the same, I think I noticed from the Super Nintendo one. So I'm the angel that's gonna be your helper when you lost your power. It's so much nicer that there's kanji now. So now the land down below are ridden with monsters, and the lands have turned to waste. This must be the doing of the evil lord Satan, who sealed away your power. Can you name the angel? No. I did notice, because I had a very quick peek at the English version of this, because I was in two minds which one to do, and it seems that they kept the same name, Tamsra, maybe just for nostalgia's sake instead of going with Satan. Who knows? Because I'm sure they could if they wanted to these days. So in order for you to restore your power, you need to get the kind of piety belief of the people. But first we need to turn our attentions to fight the monsters on the land below in order to create a land where people can live. If you can develop these lands, then you'll surely be able to get even stronger power. I would have named him Lucifer. Well, funny you mentioned that, because like I just said that there's two costumes for this angel. The alternative costume's like a little kind of cute devil looking outfit. It's like a little black outfit with like devil wings, but I thought it just doesn't really. I'm a bit of a continuity person, and it kind of looks a bit silly for me. But if that's your thing, it's an option to change his outfit. But it only seems to work in the cutscene, not actually his sprite, I don't think. So it's kind of a bit meh. And these are the lands that are ruled by the evil lords. So now all the lands are inhabited by the evil lord's underlings, monsters, and in the current state, people cannot live here. It would be meh if it's just the cuss. Yeah, I always think it's a bit of a lazy thing when they do that, because it's not going to look right, is it? So this is the land of Fillmore, where people came to live a long time ago in a sort of bountiful forest. So first, why don't we take this land back from the monsters? Oh, and here's the thing. I like these graphics, like we'll see in a minute when I go to the action stage, but I like this sort of modern kind of nice look. These kind of high definition art things. So there's I haven't actually looked at any of this. Oh, there's the tree. There's North Wall. And that's Itos, Utos. It does look nice. See, I was almost in two minds, because I was like going around with my overlay, and I've spent ages making it, so I'm probably just going to leave it now. But it's almost like I'm a bit of a stickler for like showing as much of the game as possible. But it was like we could have done like this, but then it's like, I don't know, I feel like it's nice to also have the personality like I can have in my other overlays. I kind of like that. I feel like it's a projection of my personality a little bit. So I wanted to make something, especially because I like to have the just the little quirky things that we find along the way, like pictures and stuff. I might make a slideshow like I usually do of stupid things from games that I find. I didn't have time tonight. I was really just, I was never going to go live if I didn't go live, but I really maybe tomorrow I'm going to take the time to get, if you remember Uncle P from, is the time, it is, whoops, we'll start it. I'm yapping anyway, so we'll start the timer. I'm glad you even noticed there was a timer. Good thinking. What should I do? How long have we been live? Maybe we'll add 4 minutes to the clock. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. We'll leave it ticking. Because I'm going to yap for a second anyway. But yeah, I might take the time tomorrow to add Uncle P from Songbird Symphony. If you can remember that game, I want to have him shaking his ass in In the overlay somewhere, there's a memory of the first game that we did. I think there's only one PlayStation 2 game that I've played so far. I kind of am a bit forgetful. Did you get Gomez Sniff It? Not for PlayStation. He's Mega Drive. He won't be here. He will be on the Mega Drive overlay. I like having everything sort of separate. I'm hoping that the trigger fires work. In fact, let's test one. Which one shall we do? I shall spoil you, and I'll use the expensive one. But does it work? Oh, there it is. Because I had to shrink everything down. Probably make that a bit bigger, actually. Can, yeah. Let's make that a bit bigger. Ooh. How's that? I want to check that again. Let's do another one. But yeah, trying to shrink everything down to fit down the side was just a bit of a pain. Okay, they seem to be fine. But yeah, so there's Bloodpool, Cassandra. It's very nice. Marana. And there's the bird. This music is so pretty. Because I was actually, while I spent the whole time while I was making this overlay, this music was just playing, and I was just thinking it's so gorgeous. I don't remember it really, the SNES variant of this one. I don't think we can actually change the music right now, or maybe we can. Oh. Oh yeah, it's this one. I much prefer this version of this. What have we got anyway? Items. Maybe they'll have improved from some quality of life issues that we had. Like maybe we won't have to keep picking up offerings and stuff now. What have we got? We got. Oh wait, there's 6 magic. You see those little padlocks? There's 6 magic this time, not 4. And our experience is actually called like level of faith. We need 600 more. Are there any new miracles? Lightning, rain, sun, wind, earthquake. Was that all of them? I thought there was 6. I can't remember what the other was. He is very alot. In fact, like, I haven't even thought, like, who did the art? It wouldn't surprise me. It does look quite Castlevania-ish, doesn't it? Oh, we can actually look at the details. Oh. Okay. So, there's actually different levels for magic. A miracle that lets you destroy buildings and trees. And it'll also also damage enemies that are in the vicinity. And depending on the miracle level, the sort of the range of effect will change. Rain. So it will revive lands that have been sort of burned away. And it also damages enemies. I don't think it damaged enemies in the other one. Oh, it does damage and it also slows down their movement speed. I wonder if it did that in the first one, but I just didn't know. I didn't read the manual actually, so... Then the level will increase it. Melts snow, dries up swamplands, damages enemies and reduces their attack. I think this must be new stuff. And I think this one... I think it will gather the enemies together at the point where it's cast, maybe? And hold them there? Or hinder them? at the point where it's cast. Miracle that shakes the earth and will bring destruction to trees and buildings. And it will hurt. Oh, it'll only hurt monsters that are actually walking on the ground, which makes sense, I guess. And it'll hurt them and also stop them for a time. Well, they've changed some things then. Okay, well, let's go on to Fillmore. So if we defeat the enemies here, then humans will be able to begin life. Are you ready? I am. Oh. Oh, okay. I was getting excited then. I thought they'd made new levels. I thought there was going to be 3 acts, but it's Act 1, Act 2, and just go down to the land. Okay, well, we'll do Act 1 then. Why are there 3 flags? Wondering what that means. But yeah, anybody wants to play this, like it's available everywhere. You can all play it. It was on sale. That's when I picked it up. But here we are. I think this is where it sort of, to me, looks like a bit of a mobile phone game, I have to say. I like the graphics, I just think they're not quite HD enough, if you know what I mean. They look like a phone game blown up really big. Oh. Oh. I guess that was what we were just looking for. Yeah. Well, I mean, the pre-render's fine, but it's just the fact that the resolution is very low. Is that the word? It just looks like very zoomed in. You know, like playing Golden Sun on a big TV. It makes it look like, ooh. It probably would have looked a lot better on a mobile phone. Square to attack. Press it. Continue to press it. We can do a maximum of up to 3 attacks. Oh. So on the 3rd attack, if you press a direction, left or right, he'll do like a... It's like a lunging attack or something, and it says that during that attack you'll be invulnerable. It's extremely good for performance, but scales awful. That's the thing, and I feel like they've scaled it rather than designed it for modern day consoles. I think they made it for the phone first, and that's the problem. They should have done it the other way around. Because a phone should never be your audience for games like this. That's interesting. I bet you can do some real... There's no time limit, that's good. I bet you can do some real snazzy stuff with the thing. How's the volume, by the way? I think it's got louder. Maybe it's... No, it's just my headphones. I bet you can, like, probably cheese through bosses, like, if you time your attacks well. Trees moving in the background looks weird. Oh yeah. That is weird. They're like going side to side. It's weird that you can do combos. And there's now a back step. Oh. Okay, so in the bottom corner it seems to like fade. So you can't spam it until it recharges. I can't decide whether I want to use the D-pad or the analog stick. You bastard. You can destroy that. This music's so lovely. Extra jump, oh really? Jumping, you'll do a jump attack. Okay. Do we need those explanations? For shame. Maybe D-pad. Warping or something. Everything's warping around them. Very weird. It feels weird to be not using a Super Nintendo controller. Ah. I'm already like nearly dead. Oh, I forgot we did put it on hard actually, didn't we? I'm like, good god, is this the first level? Does stuff respawn like the Super Nintendo version? Is there any point in those rocks? You can't thrust up in the air though while jumping. Apple. Wow. Oh, actually, you don't even need to press left or right on third attack. If you just hold it while you're attacking, he'll do it. So, like, walk forwards and do it. That's much better. I don't think I paid €30 for this. I like it so far. I didn't pay that, though, so I got it for half that on the sale. That's what tipped me. Once they announced it and I heard people's initial thoughts on it, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wait. And I'm glad I did. Now I'm much more excited about it. They had a massive March sale on the PlayStation Network, and they had this for 50. I think this was 50 or 60% off, and then the Ghouls and Ghosts successor was 50-60% off. It feels like a £15 game to me, which is around about what it was. But maybe I'll change my mind as I play more. When you take damage, your health goes down. And when it's 0, you'll lose a life. If you've got a checkpoint, you continue from there. You lose all your lives, it's game over, and you'll return to the Sky Castle. And lives are determined by what difficulty setting you have. Easy is unlimited, normal is 5, and hard is 3. Unlimited. I mean, yay, I guess, accessibility. But this is the world we live in, isn't it? Ooh. Oh dear. What is a checkpoint? Have I even hit one yet? Probably not. Oh, that's a trap. I want to change dodge. In fact, is it possible? I kind of would like dodge to not be L1. It's really not comfortable, if you know what I mean. Like, imagine the controller. I think, like, circle would be better or something. What is circle? Decide. I only want to change it for actual combat, though. Oh, I can. Oh, that's okay. Is it gonna remove? No, it's not. Okay. I'm just thinking, do I want it to be a circle or triangle? I didn't just remove anything else, though, did I? That's better. It's almost like playing a shoot 'em up, and circle's like the panic bomb button. Yeah, that's much better. Or at least, if not L1, it needs to be R1. I can't have dodge on the same hand that I'm controlling the D-pad. It's just a bit cursed. Do you reckon I can go down there? Oh. No. Did we read this one? Oops. I'm gonna keep doing that now when I'm closing windows. I kind of feel like I want this game to have a double jump. But we can't hop down. So I guess if we get all of these in the level, we'll be leveling ourselves up. Max MP plus 10. Is that permanent? Oh, I don't know why. I thought that was going to take me back up. Oh, not you. Woo! What you got to say? So if you combine the D-pad directions with the square button, you can do different technical attack. You press up, as you see in the picture. And while you're jumping, you can press down and attack to do a plunge. Woo! Ah, that didn't work, did it? Quite fun. I like the little backstab. That kind of adds a lot of fun to the thing. If only the other game had that. Some of those bosses. So if you enter the space where there's a statue of a god, then it'll change, make a new checkpoint. And when you die, you restart from there. Blah 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 blah. Oh, and there'll also be an autosave that takes place. So if you turn off the game, you're able to start from there again. That's a little bit... I wonder what it means, like if you get game over, you still have to go back though. Health back. That's nice. That's suspicious. Oh. Wait, there's still one more scroll to get. I like this so far. I just think the graphics are ever so slightly disappointing, but the action stages are fun. I hope it's not. It's a bit more complicated with the platforming later, but probably exactly the same as it was. Oh, oh. It's a bit hard, like unlike this, it's kind of hard sometimes to notice where enemies are because of the pre-rendered against the background, like the birds and stuff. Ooh. Max MP up. It'd be really cool if you do the back step in the air. Way too responsive for me, making you motion sick. What? So it says you can duck attacks, but it also said while you're crouched, you can, if you receive an attack from the front while crouched, you'll automatically assume a defensive position and reduce damage. I'd rather not take any damage. That reducing damage is not the same as... How are you doing, by the way, Quiggy? We can dodge with the circle button because I just changed it. Why are you backstepping? Also, we do have iframes during the backstep. So that's defend. But is it 100% damage reduction? Because that, if not. How's the new ActRaiser? It just started, Curry. You've missed like nothing. Have you played this? It seems nice, actually. I'm quite enjoying it so far. Have I missed that for good? Oh, bugger. Well, if anybody has played this, I don't want any spoilers at all, because I've not played this before. Oh, I need to get that. You haven't bought it yet. I just grabbed it while it was on the sale. Oh! No! Oh, it's only an apple. Oh, bollocks. Will you come back? Because I need that apple. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, you don't get the whole health back. Tits. Struggling now. We're trying on hard mode. But I might change it if it seems too much. The enemies are really packing a wallop. Ow! Speaking of... Ooh, dead already. This is the first level though, maybe it is a bit spicy. Because it's going to get worse and worse, isn't it? I just wanted to have a sort of difficulty that was similar to the Super Nintendo. I did enjoy that. Oh, I double checked the Western version. That Pyramid Head boss, the arrows that spawn on the sides disappear after one shot on the Western version, which is quite the difference. Ooh. No, you were right. Ooh. Thought I'd hit it. Problem with everything taking multiple hits though, well, I guess it did in the other one anyway, is like if it stood on that platform, I can't land on it. Oh, can you stop respawning? Oh, even hitting him, he goes like right through me. Ugh, don't get all my health back though. This boss was really hard. I was trying to play it earlier on just normal, and it was a lot harder than I was expecting. I sort of sussed him out though, I think. Whoops. Oh my god. Okay, he's a bit different perhaps. That would be why he's called the Knight of the Purple Lightning. Ooh! Oh my god, he really hits hard on this version. I'm not sure. I'll leave it as it is. He's doing half that damage on normal. Oh wow. Well, I might turn it down. Although it would be fun to try and get good. Oh, I was wondering if I could slide through him. Ooh. How much health? Good God. Well, that's a strategy. This dodge attack is badass and really overpowered. Oh! That was too slow. He has a lot of health though. I don't know. Do I really want health sponges? The dodge is it broken though because it's utilizing it? I think only if you would be, if you because I mean maybe it kind of feels almost like it's been intended the way that, because his attacks are different. The charge is quite obnoxious with it if you don't use that. Because when I was trying to play, I didn't read how to play the game. I was just testing it out earlier, and I was trying to jump over him all the time, and it was really hard to like get a hit on him. The only chance was like during the lightning, so I kind of feel like it's kind of a like almost like a parry. Those that can utilize it can do really well, but yeah, having the iframes is great. What the hell does that mean? Gallant. There's a new word for you, gallant. So, I'm looking forward to seeing your gallant form when you defeat the monsters and go back and defeat the monsters. Okay, let's be gallant. Let's give it another go. I'm not defeated yet. I'm feeling dashing. Oh, I've got to get the scrolls again though, that's annoying. I think whizzing through his lightning and smacking him from the back is certainly interesting. One of the sort of thing that was more appealing to me about hard mode is not so much the bosses having more health. I kind of don't like when hard modes do that, just like make everything longer. I don't think that's a fun challenge, but I was more drawn to the idea of having 3 lives. 5 seems a lot to do at a stage and a boss. How does the block work? Not very well. Did you ever play the remake of Abe's Odyssey? New and tasty, whatever it was. Oh, they're really annoying. I played that on hard mode because I was told that it was the same as the PlayStation original hard mode, and for the most part it was. That's what kind of drew me to it, because I was like, well, I've played the original, so I want the same sort of experience. But the only thing that it changed was it made the mincer machine blades that go up and down really fast. But I found out, because it was basically unplayable for me, it was so bad. Apparently it was an issue with PlayStation Pros, like the increase in the, maybe I guess the frame rate or the speed or something was making them stupid on hard mode, but it was such a shame because I couldn't turn the difficulty down, so I had to just sort of save, because you can save where you want, I think. I had to save like after each one. It was so bad. They really needed to kind of like fix that. Other than that, oh my god, how much damage that did! Other than that, I was enjoying it. Oh, do you know what, bugger it? I can't be bothered. Let's turn it down. Let's just play on the default. Don't need to prove anything, and it's probably just gonna make for a very long experience otherwise. Can I? Should I just start a new game? Let's just start a new game, yeah. You can change, but I think we're stuck in a location at the moment. I'm just thinking I'm probably gonna, by about halfway through the game at least, I'll probably give in anyway, because I'm sure the final boss is gonna be miserable. There we are. So blah blah blah. Before being able to change difficulty on the fly, yeah. Well, this was the remake though that I was playing, but yeah, you couldn't change the difficulty. The original PlayStation one, I don't know if it even had a difficulty, but it was the remake. That's sort of why I was leaning to it with this, because often, you know, when they do modern remakes, they tend to make them easier, because just most games in general these days are just easier, aren't they? Unless it's a Souls series, that's sort of what the target audience is. So the Abe's Odyssey one, they'd made it. I think it was. I can't remember one of the things that changed it, but it was like. I think it was like you couldn't even die from some things. I just didn't like the changes that they'd made to make it easier, so I put it on hard mode because it said in the description, this is the original PlayStation difficulty, and I'm like, well, the original difficulty was fine. I played it back in the day, and it was fine. It was a good challenge. Oh wow, one hit. Okay. Okay, one hit. So they have literally just doubled everything's health and made them hit twice as hard and called it a day and reduced your lives. Everything's one hit now. Wow, he didn't do that much damage. Starting to think maybe I was actually preferring the other version. Yeah, maybe it does need an in-between. Although I wouldn't say this was easy. I think I've just obviously just messed about a few times. I know what's coming. I'm not a fan of like the huge amounts of chunks of health that everything was removing. Maybe because I mean it is the first stage. Maybe it'll be a bit different later. Yeah, exactly. To be honest, it is the first level. It's allowed to be an easy level. I'm not usually sort of like a difficulty chaser. It's just that because I've been playing a lot of old school games lately, and I do sort of enjoy. That bird's got a bit of health. I do sort of enjoy like a little bit of challenge, and modern games can sometimes be almost like boring, if you know what I mean. Like when they get too easy. Because this seems like it's got very tight. Like I actually think this is really good so far. It's got really tight controls. It feels very polished. The action sequences. Arguably better than the original in that sense. Like he's doing everything I want him to do, and I feel very in control. It feels really good. Like there's no jank going on right now. Woo. I feel like if I'm getting hit, it's like I fucked up, which is the best way to feel. Oof. Now these ones are getting spicier. Yeah, they've got more health now. It's just that initial screen. I mean, my initial impressions when I did put this on to have a go at it, I died on that first boss like quite a few times. It was quite before I even knew I could do that dodge. No dodge runs of this would probably be quite difficult. Because I was trying to do like this. Ooh. Like without the dodge roll, it's like having to like hop. Whoops. Oh, it was quite. Ugh. And that was sort of your window of opportunity. Although this is kind of fun, but it makes for a long fight. Making short work of him now. The attacks are slower? Are they really? They don't seem slower. It was the same to me. The main difference is he's not got anywhere near as stupid amount of health as he did. And, well, he hasn't actually hit me, but if he did, I don't think it... Well, let's see. It doesn't do anywhere near as much damage. Yeah. It's a huge difference in how much damage he's doing. Tempt me to turn it back up again. Should I be turning it up? I know, I'm so indecisive. I'm already feeling like, oh, maybe that was too easy now. Maybe I just need to get good. The other levels might be really bitching though, that's the thing. Oh, the music. Doo -doo. Make a second slave shot. You can take it. I mean, I can redo the levels, I think. So, yeah, I don't know. Shall we vote? Let's vote. What do you want me to do? I don't mind, like, I can kind of go either way. How do I do a poll? I've heard it doesn't change the sim mode changes, it's only the action stages. That's what somebody was saying. I read a post on Reddit, someone was like saying don't do hard mode because all it does is doubles the health of enemies and doubles their damage and it doesn't affect the sim mode at all. So, I don't know. I'm gonna sit the kettle on. I'll let you decide. I will be right back. Okay, we're back. It's been decided. No changing. Decided. We'll do it on the hard mode then. I think the other thing that sort of makes me feel okay about it is, like, worst case scenario, we can change it, you know, we can. It's not gonna be something I regret at the very end of the game, so there is that. We can just see, because I don't feel like I was defeated yet. As long as every boss is like that, you know, that sort of level of very well crafted, a clear way to do it. Hey Doan, how's it going? Curious about the remake or curious about just the game in general? What, did you play the original? How you doing? What have you been up to lately anyway? Okay, I haven't really seen... I think you've been streaming a lot while I've been in bed. What have you been doing? Oh, of course! Unicorn Overlord. I've been seeing your tweets. You played the original but was bad at it, yeah. There's a learning curve. We'll see how we get on with this. Blah 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 blah. But yeah, like I was saying, like, if every boss is like polished and tight, do you know what I mean? If there's any firewheel bullshit, I'm not gonna be happy, you know. But like, they might have changed him so he's a little bit more mechanically tight. Because I'm down for that. I'm down for a well-made challenge, but I'm not down for just, you know, like, there's some real bad games like the difficulty just means like more like shooters that just put more nonsense on the screen. Obsessive Unicorn Overlord. Are you enjoying it then? So I was a bit like, there was that sort of initial backlash about the English or whatever. It's nice to hear that someone's just having a good time. Ooh. Ooh, that did 2 attacks somehow. Whoops, wrong way. See, I like the feeling that I actually have to dodge enemies, which feels very much in spirit of the original. I mean, not all the time, like, sometimes I was just like face smashing my way through bits of it, but it does feel... Ooh. Fucking hell, how much damage that bird did! Do you remember, like, the boss and his little flicks? That bird! Good lord. The music's kind of messed. That's a shame. It's supposed to be problems with the English. Not problems, don't worry about it. It's just, you know, the usual sort of conversations about people whinging about them, like, not making it 100% literal. That sort of conversation. There's nothing wrong with it. It's been localized. But loads of stuff has been localized before the age of everybody holding things under a magnifying glass, you know. Like Final Fantasy I think Final Fantasy Tactics and not Tactics, well, the remake, the port and Vagrant Story, that sort of nice localization. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. It's the usual whinging. And can't wait till AI takes your jobs. I had a look at the translation of this actually, and it was really good. I had a little glance at it. It's different though. That's why I kind of didn't want to play it in English. I was in 2 minds, but I had a little side by side of it, and it's not different. It's just it's quite localized. It reads really beautifully though. Like, they've really gone all in on the whole angel being like holy and oh Lord, and it's quite actually well done. It's got a bit more personality, I'd almost say. I'm biased because I'm native English, so I'll see if I can remember. I remember an example from the beginning, but just a bit more snazzy. How are they doing with the music and ActRaiser? The music's amazing. Or is it being compared to Google Translate? It's a bit of both. I think there was somebody that does actually speak Japanese, I think, and they've sort of exposed the changes that have been made or something. It was based around the demo. I had a look at it, and yeah, there were some stuff that are different, but that's just... If you want it accurate, you're gonna have to play it in the original language, unfortunately. That's the be-all, that's the how it is. Ooh. This is getting a little rough. Bird's killing me. Music's amazing. It's not even they though. It's Yuzo Koshiro himself. He came back and did it. He's remixed his own music. That'll be why it's so great. It's good as well because he knows his own music, you know? He'll know what mood he was originally trying to convey. So... And I'm here for, like, remixes of music because I appreciate that they've put the original track on it, but I'm not going to listen to it because I can play the original if I want to hear that. I'm playing a remake, so I want to hear the remade everything. I did that with the Secret of Mana track. There was some hits and misses on that. Did anybody play that, by the way? The remake of Secret of Mana? I've said quite a few times, but it's sort of consensus was that it was disappointing. I actually ended up really enjoying it. And I was one of those people that was looking at the initial trailers and being like, oh, this looks terrible. And there's a certain level of weirdness about the graphical style, but once you just play it, it's just the same game. If you like the original, I think you can't not like the remake, because it's the same game. Ooh, I missed that window. So much health. Wish it was going to go further. I wish that they'd done more though. Not in graphics. Ooh, what am I doing? I wish they'd added new content. You know, supposedly how it had loads of stuff cut? Oh crap. Because it was rushed at the end. I kind of wish that they'd taken the chance to restore some of that. Ooh, you bastard. There we go. It's like a fan remake soundtrack for lack of vision. Some of it's good though. But yeah, I think cohesion's the right word. It kind of does feel like lots of, like, 1 minute it's all like techno-y and crazy. Especially the rush bits of games. That. I would have loved to have seen, like, what was the lighthouse all about, what was a bit more with the Seahorse Island, which basically feels very throwaway in the original. I would have liked some more. Ooh. This music's so pretty. Let me get a throat sweet, my throat is killing. So now the land is Fillmore is once again able for people to live here. Oh, this was the line. I can't remember what it was now, but it was really... Let me find it, because I want to tell you exactly what I'm talking about when things do this. This is what people can be bitching about. Oh, I actually still have the YouTube open. Just a second. This exact line was what made me go like, that's nice. Like, that's really, really well done. Because I played up to like just the first moments of this bit earlier before I went live. Because I was sort of testing what I wanted to do it in. Just a sec. Is this it now? Here we are. So he says, what did I just say? So the land is fine for humans to live again. So what he basically says here is, but negligence is kind of prohibited. You shouldn't be negligent, basically. Don't let your guard down, kind of thing. And he says what we call humans, they're known to be kind of weak living creatures. But what the English one that I saw did, he said, yet vigilant we must also remain, for they are weak and fragile creatures. Which is not exactly what it's saying, but it is, you know what I mean? But it's very, I like the way that it's done. Yet vigilant we must also remain. It's quite a nice way to put it. Whereas if I was just reading that really quickly, I'd say, but we can't be careless, you know? We can't be careless or whatever, but that's kind of a bit, you know, it's not got the zest kind of thing when you're reading it. So that's sort of what I really admire, people that have that talent, because you've got to be creative, not just flat. Like when I'm reading stuff and wrong half the time. So we need to protect the livelihood of the humans here from the monsters that are crawling all over the land below. So, O Lord, we will live here in Fillmore in this land that you have granted us. But where should we start developing our houses in this wide world? Oh great Lord, please guide us somehow. And then, what was that word? I had to look it up earlier. It was like guiding or something, I think. So ask for guidance, that was it, yeah, something. So it seems like these people are going to be asking for your instructions of where they want to develop their town. Where they should be developing their town. I guess there's nothing we can do about it, we'll have to guide those darling humans. He's still got his sort of personality from the Super Nintendo. It's like they've added to the remake too. So, well then, shall we start guiding them? About guiding. What is that? It's like the road? Kind of sad the temple chat is just side view portrait. It's like any old... Yeah. At least it's animated though. I'm starting to get more into the visual novel style though, because I've been playing a lot of visual novels. Okay, so we need to indicate the direction that we want them to build their roads. To guide them, press the triangle button. And move the angel along the... So it's not actually like... Well, it is like the Super Nintendo, I guess, isn't it? Along the squares, then. The points that you want to guide them. We can do up to 8 spots at a time. Oh, no, sorry, that sounded a bit like coming off as whatever, but... Part of the nostalgia that changed for me. I was just thinking, though, like, what would your alternative be? What would you like? What would you have liked? I'm trying to, the original was just the text box, wasn't it? Oh no, I know what you mean actually. You mean specifically the people coming into the temple? I thought you meant the angel talking. No, I do think that is a little bit sad, like watching them like come into the temple and on their knees. Yeah, that was kind of quaint. And seeing the inside of the temple. I thought you meant like right now, because I'm like the Super Nintendo version was kind of like not that interesting. It was just the angel. I actually don't. I think the humans looking kind of young and attractive is a bit odd. I kind of imagined them as older when I was playing the Super Nintendo one, like the leaders of the town, you know. They look just like normal anybody's now. Move the angel where you want to, and press circle. Okay. Okay, so why don't we make a road to the northwest this time? And there's the angel. What's in the bottom? Oh, there's an objective in the bottom. So we need to make a road to the northwest. But before are the monsters coming yet, or do I have some breathing space? Because this part of the game is a bit different. Like, you can probably already see from the HUD. I don't know what all that stuff means. This is pretty much where I turned it off. Okay. Oh, I feel strong monsters from this nest. And with that, at the moment, with the humans' abilities, I don't think there's anything we can do about this. We should increase the population to the point where they are able to have some power and then send them that way. So what then? Just stop? We'll go down. Village Elder kind of deal. Yeah. Especially because there was all the stories. I always imagined them as kind of a bit older. Since it's like the first people. Okay, they'll start developing Fillmore just in the trail that you've indicated. Oh, that's cute though. The music is making this experience for me though. This music is so pretty. What are they doing? Yeah, I just think the guy's a little bit too like young and hot, don't you think? I feel like he needs a bit of a beard. Like Bloodpool, the ear doesn't old enough to have a kid. Exactly, I kind of felt that they were like old and wiser people. Like, what's her name? Like Goody Mary or something. Oh god, we thank you for guiding us. Oh wow, look at him. Ah! We'll continue in the directions that you've given. What is that angel's face? I'm some of my coffee. Oh, Lord Moon, it seems that if you, without your instructions, they can't decide which way to go. They really are pitiful creatures. But it seems that, look, they've been listening to you and doing exactly as you said, and now they've begun building a nice town. Shots fired from the angel. Arrows fired. So just continue on like that, giving instructions of the different directions to the people. It's probably going to be a bit tutorial-y now, isn't it? Oh, look, Moon. Can you see those large holes in different places on the Earth? That's a monster's lair. From the monster's lair, the monsters will... what is that, gradually? I always forget those sort of, what you call those, like, not adjectives, adverbs. Again and again, frequently, the monsters will be appearing, and they'll be threatening the livelihoods of the people from the skies above. But, I'll get rid of those guys with my bow, with my arrows. Give me your guidance. Attacking with the angel. Use the D-pad or the left stick to move the angel. Press square. Oh, has he got a charge attack? He'll shoot the direction that you face. If you hold it down for a while and then let go, he'll fire 3 arrows at the same time in a charge shot. About when the angel becomes unable to move. When the angel receives attacks from the monsters and his HP becomes 0, he won't be able to attack for a while, so be careful. Okay. Ooh! Oh, they changed it from a bat, though. I kind of like the creepy bat with no face. We can fire as much as whatever, though, right? What's that word? Something in Fillmore. There's a lot of trees, and we can't progress as we want to doing something. It's like opening the something. Oh. Reclamation, that was a word that I kind of had in the other version that we were playing, in the Super Nintendo version, but I didn't see the kanji for it. Reclamation, reclamation of wasteland, cultivation, development. Also means pioneering. Opening up a new market. And a person that does that is a pioneer. Well, anyway, here in Fillmore, there are too many trees, so we can't progress without cultivation of the land. I guess would work here. And if there is any way that we'd be able to extend our roads more than we have right now. To spread its roots. Oh, quite literally to spread their roots of a tree. So in this land, trees have spread their roots from a long time ago. And it seems that they are hindering the progress of the humans. I guess it's to be expected that humans would come face to face with the great nature, great power of nature. So, Lord Moon, how about it? Why don't you lend a little bit of a hand with one of your miracles? About miracles. We can support the development of humans in ways that go beyond the, what you call it, the comprehension of people, or beyond their abilities. Press hold R1 to use a miracle. Hold R1, and then choose the miracle you want to use with the circle button. And move the angel to where you want to use it and press circle, and then the miracle will occur. You can choose the level of the area of effect of the miracle by pressing L and R1. Higher level miracles have a wider range of effect, but they cost more SP. If you destroy some of those trees that are in the way, yeah, why don't you use some of your lightning miracle to destroy some of the trees that are in the way? Oh, there, Moon. Let's show the people the power of Lord Moon. Let's show them my power. Oh gosh, everything's going off now though. Where though? Anywhere? How do you choose the level? Oh my gosh. We don't have enough SP for all of that though. Or do we? No. 20. We could do... I feel like I should just do it all at once. All hail Lord Moon. Hail me. Lightning everything. I just did. Woof. Miracle level isn't it? It is. That's kind of nice. Although I've just used all my SP. Particularly the people. He loved it. He really got off on that bolt of lightning, I think. Witnessing. So, oh Lord, we were witness to your great power. Where did you aim the lightning? On the trees and on his heart. Thank you for the follow.
What a great card.
So, with your powerful lightning, you've burnt up the trees, and now we'll be able to cross, well, continue going, I guess. We thank you for the miracles that you have performed. Ah, how wonderful, as to be expected of the amazing me. So just continue on like that. If there's anything that gets in the way, then we can use the power of miracles to destroy them all. Oh, but just be careful that you don't burn up the towns that they went out of their way building. I wouldn't do that, right? We didn't destroy them last time. I have to say, a little bit in comparison to the other game, though, it does... I don't mind it too much, but it's a bit front-loaded, or the jabba jabba jabba. You know, that is kind of tutorial syndrome, isn't it? I know it's kind of got to explain everything, so there isn't even a manual. So, Lord Moon, it seems that the humans are developing with everything with their own power, trying to develop with their own power. So why don't we just observe what they're doing? Oh. They won't be doing that with their own power though, will they? Why his arrows are like homing? That's different. Like, yeah, I don't even need to aim. It's kind of nice. Okay, wow. Okay, I don't even need to face the direction. That's kind of... Oh, maybe I do. Oh wait, that was his soul. I thought it was my arrow. I thought that was a little bit broken. So, outside the town. What's that? Oh, creeping? So, right now on the outskirts of town, monsters are creeping around and intimidating us. But under your wonderful protection, we're able to open up the lands and increase our families and expand our homes. Is that a phrase? But from here on, we don't want to just go on in fear. We're going to, like, rack our brains, and I think we've been racking our brains, and we want to. Isn't it time that we headed towards the monsters and with a sort of a defense? We took the battle to them. Oh, brave God. Please guide us to the monster's lair. Wow, I'm a little bit surprised. Those pitiful humans said that they want to go and face the monsters. I didn't think that the humans would be able to do anything by myself, but, well, let's just put them to the test. Well, let's do what they wish. Let's lead them to the monster's lair. Oh my god, it really is on rails at the moment, isn't it? I can't wait till I can actually, like, just tinker a bit myself. So the monster's lair to the northwest. It seems like the power there isn't too strong. So guide the people to the lair. Oh, and there goes my arrow. Oh, he doesn't seem so happy now. So they found some sort of ball. Oh, ominous. An ominous ball. At the entrance of the monster's lair. And inside there we found an ominous orb. It was an evil colour. It must have something to do with the monster's power. Oh wow. That's a face. What the heck? What is that? Lord Moon, that must be... what is it? Like a... I'm trying to think how to say this. Like a vessel of... What's this? Revelation, manifestation? Vessel? That they give birth to? So if we could get rid of that, then the monsters won't appear in this nest anymore. I guess they're trying to lure the explanations, everything right now. Whereas in the original it was just like, yeah, we just seal the evil hole and that's it. World Moon, we must hurry and destroy it. Go ahead. Oh, for God's sake. Oh. Hang on a minute, I thought there was an earthquake. An actual one. But also, oh. He wants us to go into the hole. Are they nicking this from Sol Seraph? Because Sol Seraph did this, like, instead of, like, the original ActRaiser where you just seal it, Sol Seraph had to go down and do little fights all the time. Thought they'd do something about the Souls population too. They're probably best to leave the obscure mechanic behind. Yeah. I'm hoping that stays away. Well, I'm hoping it's a mini dungeon because Sol Seraph didn't do that. It was just literally a screen where you hit a couple of enemies. It wasn't actually that interesting. Okay, let's go into the monster's lair from above. I'm kind of glad that they're gonna maybe break the pacing up a bit though. Because I'm itching to do some more action, you know. So are you ready, Moon? Press circle and we'll enter the monster's nest. If you can destroy the, manifestation orb that lurks in the monster's lair, then the monsters won't appear from there anymore. Are you ready? Okay, let's do it. Loading. Okay, it is literally just a screen, isn't it? Oh, you got a time limit. Oh, there's more than one. What's the problem with not having plurals in the language? Oh, maybe that's it then. Oh my god, it's like a boss. There's an apple. I'm gonna die? This is cool. It's like, but it is, but I'm also like, is this gonna get old? Like, you know, 25 times later, is this still fun? I hope that it's like different levels. Bloody loading on PlayStation 4, come on. Oh lord, the monster's lair to the northwest has been sealed for eternity by a miracle. Yeah, right. Patronage, protection. So your power and patronage has granted us bravery. Oh Lord God, we thank you for your guidance. You did it, Lord Moon. I did, right. You sealed away the monster's lair. Hey Retro, how's it going? We're playing the same game as last night, but a modern remake. Is that withdraw? A repulse, repel, drive back. So with this, if we repel the monsters as they appear, then it'll reduce. I think it'll reduce my workload too. He's a bit sassy, isn't he, this angel? I guess we should make them expand. Oh, I've got SP back. Let's do a miracle. I like sassy angel, yeah. Oh. I don't want to destroy the houses though. Let's do zap 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 over here. Oh, I don't have enough. Can I quite squeeze that house? Oh, I can't squeeze it in. Let's do over here then instead. Homing arrows are much appreciated. I thought this was supposed to be quite different. I'm not seeing the difference. I'm enjoying this. Like, I'd heard that it was like tower defense or something. It doesn't seem tower defense to me. It seems quite similar. So, Lord God, the other day that we found a man collapsed alone in the land where we sealed the monster's lair the other day. His name is Phiratos. Or Philtos, Philotos, don't know. Utos, Itos, Philotos. And he was saying strange things when he awoke. He said that he was the ruler that governed this land before, but was sealed away in the land some 100 years ago, or hundreds of years ago, things like that. Oh, hello there. Let's break him out. So this is the Temple of God. It's a wonderful place. Sexy, yeah. It's a big axe. Wow, am I getting... I'm getting funny vibes. I'm getting some funny vibes. You're not going to be the Minotaur, are you? Getting a bit of a bad omen about this. I'm getting trauma about that axe from last night. And his name is Phirotos? Minotaur? I don't know. Maybe it's just a coincidence, or maybe he will turn out to be the bully bull.
What a great
Sarah's
song.
here, how are you doing? How was the rest of your stream? How did you get on with the rest of Black Crystal 2? Thank you for the resale. It's the remake of the game I was playing. Yes, it is. It is. It's available on all modern things. It's on like Switch and PlayStation. There's a Jamesy doing a great toss. How you doing? Sexy ab guy might be evil. Yeah, I've got a feeling. I think this is on Switch anyway. Gameplay's fine, the story's just bad, but I'm having fun regardless. See, we're all playing remakes of old games, Sincera. This is what we do, isn't it? As we get older, we just play remakes of old games instead of new games. Hey Jamesy, how are you today? It does seem that way. I guess I'll have to pray here. Oh, that's not what he said at all. He said, however, even praying in a, even if you pray or whatever in a place like this, it's kind of helpless. In the end, it's only people that can help people. Okay, he's definitely bad. He's gonna be corrupting their naughtiness, isn't he? Whoa! What was that? Who is he? Yeah, he's definitely the Minotaur. That big axe. He's like Lucifer, isn't it? Like the temptation. But then what are they going to do when we get to Maharana? Because that's the same sort of storyline, isn't it? But anyway, yeah, who does he think he is to say things like that in front of you? The look on that angel, he's pissed. We have to give him a warning with a crack. I'm enjoying the plot changes though, because I always say, you know, if you get, that's the thing we just said with Secret of Mana. Like, if you're gonna do a remake exactly the same, why bother? I am playing this with the hope that there'll be some additions. I don't want a different game, but I want like, what do you call it, like the same but more, the same with extra kind of thing. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, what was that? I'm always a bit confused with this word. Oh, what does he know about this place? I think is what he's saying. I'm not sure, I could be wrong there. What's that? Who's this kid? A child? How rude. I'm the messenger of Lord Moon. And God is watching you. A messenger? Oh, that's great. So then there really is a god. Well then. Oh, maybe he's... okay. Maybe he's not. He's like, well, then in that case, my bad. I apologise. I was saved by the citizens of Fillmore, and... so I want to repay my debt. As you can see, I have confidence in my abilities. So you can leave the monster exterminating to me. Oh, he seems to be a human that lacks, is it like refinement, I think say? Like elegance? Yeah, he just lacks dignity. Not dignity, refinement maybe. But, well, seeing as he's saying all that, maybe we should put him to work. Maybe he's not bad then. I actually did see in the controls, you know, when we were deciding what control scheme to use, it mentions that the square button on the sim mode is like hero. So I think you get heroes that you can use or something, so maybe he's going to be a hero then. Hey Foxy, how's it going? Vexy. I'm going to always say Foxy. Is there English on the disc? There's no disc, but there is English. It's on the PSM. It's released. It released everywhere. This is. You can get this on the Switch store, the PlayStation store. This is on the PlayStation 4 though. I don't think there's a physical release though, unless it's one of those like limited people did it. So I'm not big on the remaster where it's just the same. I like a remake of The Good Dancer, but yeah. Ready to see the story for Langrisser 2 on the Sega, see if the story's better there. Oh, that's a different game entirely, I think, as well, actually, though. So you should give it a go. You might like it. It's on the NA store. Yeah, it's everything. It came out. It was a worldwide release. I'm just playing it in Japanese because I want to push myself to do that. I need to stop pussying out and playing everything in English all the time. So if it wasn't made in English, then I don't see why not. And also just sort of continuity. Like I played the other one. I want to see the same. If I wasn't streaming, this is how I would play it, so I don't want to sort of neglect that. But it does. It's got French. It's got maybe German as well. It's got a few languages that you can choose. I'm pretty sure it was released everywhere all at the same time, digitally. What's it on sale on? It might still be, literally, I only bought this 2 weeks ago, so the sale may still be ongoing. I got this for like 60% off, because it's quite expensive usually, so I definitely grabbed it up. If it's the same sale, it's the March sale, then the successor to Ghouls and Ghosts, whatever it's called, Ghouls and Ghosts Renaissance, oh it's not Switch, it was PSN. The Ghouls and Ghosts game was on sale as well, I grabbed this and that. Anyway, let's see what the humans are doing while we continue to help them out with their development. Okay. I'm enjoying this a lot. $30 on Steam. I think $30 is the RRP. I probably paid about $15 for this. $16. Oh, there's the hero. Wait, Square isn't used the thing. What did it say? Unit status. Oh, he's a unit then. I love how we all were just like, oh, he's evil. Immediately. It's definitely worth 15. Square Enix sale ended. I'm sure there'll be another though. I think this is the first time it's been on sale at such a large amount though. Health 130, attack 10, defense 4. He has a very thin range of attack, and he's very slow. There's always another set in their ears. It's the hair and the axe. It's an evil. It's also the sass. You know, come in my temple and start saying all that. Need to check what that means. Oh. Resistance to freezing. It just seemed a bit specific. Maybe it just means like stopping. He has a large resistance to freezing. Okay. And his special trait is he will increase the attack power of allies and fort units. They really have changed this then a bit, if it's got this sort of detail. What's the status of the land? Is that materials? What would we need materials for? Raw materials, fields, factories. Gates and forts, I guess. Barricades. Oh, they're different types. There's like a wall fort and a bow fort and a magical fort. But we don't have any. And my status we've already looked at. Items, nothing. Quests? No quests. World map. Oh, I probably shouldn't have clicked that. It sells an evil build. This is something they wanted in the OG but couldn't do it. Yeah, you never know. Although, I don't think the original developers have much to do with this game, to be honest. Because it was Quintet and they've pretty much vanished. So I could be wrong, I haven't looked into the details. But, we missed a scroll on this level. It seems like only the composer came back. I wish I could just feel like my throat was clear. It's been like a week. I just always feel like this, like, to be crude, but like phlegm in my throat, and it's never ending. While I'm speaking, I can feel it like, ugh. I see it's someone else making the remake. Yeah, I mean, this is Square Enix done this one, but they didn't. I mean, originally back in the day, it was Enix that published this before they merged. And it was Quintet developed. I should probably start moving the people, right? They can't go there. Okay. I actually really like this. I'm no regrets really, but I'm kind of sad that I let the internet sort of put me off initially. I think like all the YouTubers and stuff were like all over it, like boo, you know. I think it was stuff I read online too. People were just like really coming down on how it looked visually. I guess it just goes to show that like you as an individual you can just have different tastes. Depends where you're coming from. Like I don't know, maybe if you're a person who's playing like Horizon Zero Dawn or whatever the latest cutting edge game is, maybe this game does seem a bit eh. But maybe if you're somebody like me, like maybe my generation or whatever, this is really exciting. I was messing around on my laptop. I'd like to see the G&G remake sometime. What's G&G? Oh, Ghouls and Ghosts. Yeah, I think I'll stream that one as well. I think that would be fun to do. I'm excited to play that too. I really only give reviews a glance. Yeah, it was more just... It wasn't so much like reviews per se. It was kind of like just social media and stuff. Just the buzz on the street was that it was disappointing. And people were just basically kind of like wait for a sale or don't bother kind of thing, but... And people were coming down on it hard for looking like a mobile phone game. It doesn't play like one though. Oh lord, recently I think I've been feeling strange. Yeah. So the things that appear in my head, the events that appear in my head, have often been coming true, like becoming a reality. It's just like the Super Nintendo story, isn't it? And just recently in my head, I saw a fearsome like light floating. Langrisser has that. Langrisser does, though. I have to say, I'm really not keen on those graphical choices. I can believe that the game is fun, though. Oh, a scene, not a line. So he's seen a fearsome scene appeared in his head. So he saw a large group of monsters that could totally fill up the region, I guess, the space, coming down onto this temple. Oh, all-wise, knowing God. This must have been a vision or a premonition kind of thing that you sent to me. But what should we do? I didn't send it, did I? Oh, Lord Moon, just when were they able, when was he able to do precognition? What's that look on your face? You look as if you don't remember. That's exactly what I just said. No, I don't remember. But, the monsters have become angry after sealing away that lair. So what that man saw may not be totally wrong. Ah, so is it finally my turn to take center stage? As it is right now, the town that has been created will not be able to withstand an attack from the monsters. So I'll teach the people my knowledge to use that I use in the region of constructing forts. We've got a book of the art of building forts, specifically the, I guess it's gate forts, unless it means something else. Door? It's like gate, you know, like on a castle or something. I guess it's more just like a barricade, but what would you call it? Like a gatehouse? Sorry, you'd probably have a good word. Do you know what I mean? In like strategy, like a fort that's at the entrance, like holding before everything else. A stronghold, maybe. Oh, we've got the bow and arrows one as well. I'm sure we'll see in a minute what it looks like. Lord Moon. It looks like it's some sort of building that can protect the town. Oh, so a fort is a building that can protect the town from the monsters. However, in order to build a fort, we'll need we'll need to gather materials that are made in a factory. We don't have a factory though. So if we guide the humans to... I think this was in Soul Seraph actually, it's ringing a bell. If you guide the humans to reclaim land, more land, then they'll naturally increase their factories. And leave it to me to gather the materials that the factories make. Okay, well let's do that then. I love how he's strutting around. What is going on there? SP. I want to do more lightning. Where though? There. Is it cost effective to do more than one? I think so. Oh, I can't quite reach. Oh, I love that lady doing her laundry. Oh no! I saved you. There's so much going on. Ooh. Visually, I don't know where to look. Do you know what I mean? I'm kind of just... Whoa. It seems that we've gathered enough materials to build a fort. About forts. So a fort will be a great sort of ally to you when the monsters begin to attack the town. To build a fort, hold the L button. Move the cursor and press circle and you'll build a fort. At the point. Oh, at a place. It'll show where you can build a fort. Wait, so is this going to be a choice? Because it says... If the point is red, like the indicator is red, then that means that there are already town constructions there. So you can't build a fort. But you can but if you wanted to instead, you could destroy those facilities. Do we have to make a choice of population versus defense? While in construction mode, you can use the L and R1 buttons to choose different types of forts. A gate fort. This is a fort that can be built on top of the road. It has high defense and will stop monsters' invasions. Maybe this is where the tower defense element comes into it. And if you build you can build a fort anywhere else other than the road. You can build the arrow fort. They can attack with long-range attacks with arrows. Let's build a gate fort right in front of the temple, to the north. Because the temple is the place that we need to protect the most. We can't let the monsters attack there. Sol Seraph does this actually. Like, you have to protect the center place, and if the monsters get there, too many of them, then you lose. Oh my god, how do we do it again? Whew, I'm a bit sleepy now. Does that destroy? Disassemble, I think, a thought? Relocate a fort. Strengthen a fort. And build one. Resources. Minus 30 for something and minus 50 for something. Oh, that's the gate fort's minus 30, okay. So where? Oh, there. Okay. Ah! I love that. So we've built a fort that can protect our town. We thank both you, gracious Lord, and also Firitos for teaching us these wonderful arts. So that's a thought. It seems that these weak humans can think of many various things to protect themselves, in order to protect themselves. So, Lord Moon, it seems that now the humans will be coming with their tiny worries. I think. Let me check that last one. Gonna dip, too interested in this game now, but I want to discover it myself. It's the street. Oh, no problem, I get that. You should definitely check it out. It's pretty cute. Thanks for hanging out. I want to get to another action stage. To take upon oneself. So it seems I think it seems that like the humans have begun to take smaller worries and things on by themselves. But even whenever you feel like it, why don't we have a listen to what they have to say? So we can just go to the temple when we want to now? Oh my god. It is stop, start though. I really hope sort of later on in the game it's going to kind of chill out a bit with the lore and the tutorials. Oh, it seems like the town is starting to get bigger. I didn't realise it was going to be so chatty. Oh, for God's sake. What? What's that? And he's saying, oh, what's that? To the north, black smoke is rising. What have they done now? She seems quite happy about it. Ah, fire. Now to look this up. Is this down kanji? Just gonna try drawing it. Oh, there it is. Quarrel. Oh my god, bitch him. So, oh Lord God, some of my fellow, civilians, at the end of a quarrel, they set fire to the other person's house that they didn't like. And all the things that we've built thus far, it's all going to burn. Oh, please help us. Please use your, like, oh god, what's that word? Blessed rain to put out the fires. Oh my, it's a fire. So it's a fire. The reason may be stupid, but this is certainly an important matter. Why don't we make some rainfall for the sake of those stupid humans? Okay. What is that a fucking word? Jesus Christ. That's the problem with phones though, they don't know pronouns. Welcome rain. Beneficial rain. Why is that even a word? I was like... So that the blessed rain that you sent down has extinguished the flames that were burning the town. You can't remember the answers because got quite a few sometimes. Oh no, it hasn't. It's the kunyomi. I don't even learn which is which, to be honest. I just learn words. And just get a sense after a while of what stuff is and isn't. So we thank you for your, I guess, great mercy and compassion. It seems that the fires have quelled for now, but those humans sure are... Oh god, it was the same as the other day. What did I say about it then? So after they've gone out of their way to start a fire, then they want us to help them. But that kind of foolish side of them is what makes them also endearing, don't you think? That was like almost the same, I think, but I can't remember it being quite so vicious in the Super Nintendo one. Oh, we got an experience book for Firitos. Okay. And our faith level has gone up. Okay, you got a book of experience. As in, like, experience points, probably. Oh my god. When can we just play? I'm, like, actually gonna probably fall asleep at this point. I got... face level gap. So this is a special item that can increase the abilities of ally units like Firitos. So if you use it in the item, you'll be able to raise the level of allied units and various statuses. Sometimes though I have to say this is sort of the, what you call it, like the, not downfall, but like this current state of like modern gaming, you know, when I get so used to playing like old games, like Super Nintendo games, Mega Drive games, PlayStation games, you kind of forget like how like just waffly modern games tend to be, and also they have to like hold your hand through every single step of the way. Like an older game would just be like, this is a book of experience, and not have to have like 10 dialogue boxes and characters all telling you what it does. You know, like the Angels now is like, oh, you got an experience book, now let's use them. Yes, okay, like I got it, you know what I mean? Like I feel like that's very much a modern gaming thing to do. They just repeat the same information like 5 to 10 times. I feel like I'm barely playing the game at this point. I've just been reading for forever. Oh my god. Here we go again. And so we've built a fort. I don't always mind it, but I feel like you need to sort of balance it out a little bit. This should give the player solution. Oh, yeah. That also really gets up my nose when games just immediately tell you the solution. So we've completed a solid, sturdy fort. We've made preparations for the calamities that will surely come. Oh Lord God, please give us your protection. Why ever bother with the yeah, exactly. I remember specifically Tomb Raider reboot doing that, and it really kind of disappointed me. Because I remember finding this like secret tomb by myself, and I was really like, oh wow, I felt like really chuffed with myself because it felt like quite hidden. But then, just as I started to like, I can't remember what it was, or it was like late or something, she literally started speaking like, there's a tomb over there, and I'm like, oh girl, shut up, just let me find it. Everything's always like on the map with markers and stuff. There's no mystique. They can't, like, it's almost like they're too scared that you'll miss stuff, and it's like, well, just let people miss it. Otherwise it's not special. Because it was only a side thing. I got really confused then for a minute. So I think he's talking to the guys. Like, you need to chill out and relax a little bit. We've done all of this to prevent the scenery that you'd seen from becoming a reality. But more than that, I'm right here, and I'll be fighting with all my might to help you guys who saved me. Oh, Lord Moon, look. It seems like a swarm of monsters are heading this way. Oh my god, we've got quests and everything now. What's this? So that one's finished. That was solve the problem of the foolish humans. Oh, I guess that was the fire. What's this? Fight. The time to fight. Winning conditions. So, get through the monster's advancing attack. Conditions of losing is if the temple is completely destroyed. And we can get 50 belief points if we win, and some more experience things. This is why the Elden Ring got so popular. Finally, a AAA game that doesn't insult the player's intelligence. Yeah, it can be. Sometimes it might also just be like... just taking... it's not just the intelligence thing, but also just taking a step backwards and letting sometimes stories tell themselves too, like visually. Not always have to be every single, like, I don't know. You can say, you don't need to say something in 4 different ways, you can just say it once or something. What? This is a battle with the monsters about to occur. Do you want to take on this quest? It says in the red though that we've got some books of experience that we haven't yet used. Do I need to use them? I haven't had a chance to use them because the game keeps throwing cutscenes at me. Okay, well we'll use one I guess to increase Firitos's level. Why wouldn't you use these? Do you know what I mean? It just feels like busy work, because it literally says in brackets they're for Firitos, so I assume you can't use them for anybody else, so why is this even a procedure? Just level him up. Why do I need to manually do this? Is it a choice? Really? A choice to not be stronger? Can only use two... is it temporary? I don't know. 3 until level 2. Okay. Okay. I'm confused why we're using them in segments. Okay, he's gone up a level. Good for him. I think that's it too then though, to be honest. I feel like that was just a baby message. Do you know what I mean? Just being like, oh, are you sure you want to fight? Because don't forget you haven't used your item to level up that character. Might have been what that was. Whereas like other games would just be like, oh well, you die. When people get stuck in playtesting, they want to wear off the friction if it's a place the player might get bored at. But when they go too far with it, the players will notice, yeah. I think the problem too is though, if you think about it this way, let's say I finish this game and maybe in a half a year, a year's time I want to play it again. It's like the what is it that we sold a game? The Twilight Princess. Like I really like the Twilight Princess, but the introduction for that, it's fine the first time, but it's going to be miserable when you're replaying it if you haven't left it for a very long time because it's so slow to get going. And like when you just want to start playing, you know? Okay. So, we never replayed. I haven't replayed it. I've only played it the once, but I could imagine it would be a bit slow. So the monsters, swarm of monsters that Satan and Santa's heading towards the town. We have to protect the lands. Well, they have to protect, the humans have to protect their own land of Fillmore where they live. This music is this music unique? I think it is. I think this was in the, it sounds like Holst. But they'll have God on their side. So I'm kind of getting distracted by the music. It's kind of weird where it's going. So let's combine our powers together and drive back, attack the monsters. Oh my god. About fighting monsters, okay. So make use of your miracles and the ally unit Firitos and forts to drive back the monsters who are attacking the town. Got that one. The monsters will be attacking the temple from various directions. When the monsters attack the temple, the temple's resistance will decrease. Cause it's like this, like, I hate to go on about it, and other games do it. It's not specifically this one, but it's like... Oh, hey Retro Hitch, how's it going? Yeah, we're getting very modern tonight. It's kind of crazy. But it's like this, like... Isn't it... I guess if you've never played a single video game in your life, I don't know why you'd be playing ActRaiser Renaissance, but... It's like, isn't it a given? If something attacks something, it's gonna go down in the level, you know? It goes you... I'm getting a bit tired. I'm kind of... Probably, I don't know how much longer I'm going to stream, but I kind of wanted to get a bit further into the game, but it's been like tutorial, and a lot of dialogue. Whereas, you know, obviously the original was kind of just straight getting on with it most of the time. If it reaches 0, it'll be game over. Okay. How are you? I think I said that already. So, forts will automatically attack enemies nearby them. But if you guide the allied units to where the monsters are, you can attack them, but also use your miracles to defeat them too. But, and also it pains me to say this, but my arrows won't be able to attack the monsters. So Lord Moon, use the power of your miracles and Firitos to save the humans. Okay, if you'll let me, I will, yeah. What now? Where are they? Fuck's sake. Just show them! You don't need to tell me! Oh my god. It's like that Mega Man meme, isn't it? There's a game in here somewhere. Yeah. Like, Mega Man, there's monsters appearing from the north! It seems like they're heading in swarms to the temple. Of course they are, you've just said this. Handholder assistance. Yeah. Looks shocked, forever shocked. How are your thoughts on this so far? I'm loving it, G. I really am. I'm also just wishing it would just shut up and let me actually play the game and stop like telling me how to play the game. Have you played it? I have no idea, but that video's a good one. Not this version yet. It's very chat happy. The minute you think you're about to do something, like they start talking again. I don't even know what to. I mean, I've said all that, but I actually don't even know what to do. Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, so the people at the gate fort are going to strengthen their defences and meet the monsters head on. But they are just human after all. If too many monsters attack, then they'll be defeated. It's 12 years old now. Oh god, don't. And if they get past the gate fort, then they'll be able to start. They'll be advancing on the temple. At that time, then you'll have to use a... What is that? It's like a defensive fence? I can't even think what you call those. Guess this is the tower defense. It seems like it. It's like a defensive fence? Can't think of a nice word for it, but whatever. And you'll be able to stop the monster's attack for a while. Oh! About defensive fences. So you can place defensive fences on the roads, and with that, it's an item that will let you stop the monster's attack. Okay. Press L1 and decide where you want to place them. But they can't actually, I think they actually can't attack the monsters. And they'll also be destroyed with monsters' attacks. So take care. So you can, I think we can place them even during attack, so guide me to that. You can control me and gather in that location. Okay, whatever that means. I don't even know what the buttons are. Like, am I supposed to do something? Zap you with my miracles? I don't know if it's going to work. Okay, it worked. 6-6? What does that mean? Is it on a cooldown? Oh, it is. What am I supposed to do? How am I defending? I need to build a fort. How do I build a fort? This is the problem. You know when you do tutorials like this, it's just information overload. I can't remember all these different things that it said. I don't want to build that kind of fort, though. I want to build... Wait, that's a... That's a thingy barricade. That's not what I want to do. Why won't you place it? I don't... Maybe... Oh, I don't have any fences. This aspect of the original channel for me, it's neat. Oh, I love that about the original, to be honest. That's what I like. This one is probably fun. You know, like in the second world, this will probably be more interesting, but just the slow-paced tutorial of it. I'm confused. Oh my god, that's not pretty. I don't want to do a miracle. I don't have enough SP. Maybe I should wait for them all to gather and then do one. I want to build another fort. Oh, now there's a fence there. How do I know which path they're gonna go? Presumably they're just gonna go to the thing. I can't even build one though. How do I gather the materials? Oh, no. Maybe that's what he meant. You can gather the materials even while they're fighting. So monsters are appearing from the east. They're heading to the temple too. We should... How about sending Firitos towards them? Guiding units. Firitos, who is a unit... will move automatically by himself into the... and attack. He's a strong ally that will attack and move automatically by himself in the vicinity of our enemies. And he also has a special move that can inflict great damage on monsters, and he's also effective at increasing the abilities of forts. Pressing the triangle button, you can choose where you want to move him. And he'll attack any monsters nearby. About when units become like knocked out and able to move anymore. I assume they die. Do you need to tell me? So when yeah, when Firitos' HP becomes 0 after being attacked by monsters, he becomes unable to fight. When he's unable to fight, he'll be in a down condition for a fixed amount of time and will be unable to move. Yes. But after some time, his HP will regenerate and he'll be able to move again. So we could have condensed that, like, don't you think, into like a sentence? We could have just said, when his HP is 0, he'll be unable to act, but after some time he'll recover and be able to move again. We didn't need 3 text boxes. Oh, well, there's a barricade. Oh, for fuck's sake! I know what it is! Moon! That item is is a defense fence! Good God! You've already told me what they do! So you can prepare it for the monsters that are coming. Why don't you put it near the fort that the humans built? Yeah, alright. Okay, Navi. Listen! And it'll probably be of use to you soon, so let's gather them. Yeah, alright. How do I put it down? I don't know whether to put it behind or in front. I don't want to like make them go down a different route, you know what I mean? But I feel like I'm better off letting them gather. But I'm going to put one there. I've only got one though. I would like to build another fort, but maybe you can't do that during... Oh shit, how did they get here? That's rude. Oh, he's attacking, it's fine. I ain't got any SP. Apples? Why do I need health? The angel's health? Oh, that gave the fort health. Why don't you explain that? So, monsters are coming down and attacking at full force to at the temple from the north. I can see. With that amount of monsters that there are, you won't be able to hold them back with just the gatefall. So you should use your miracles to defeat. I've already been doing it. Are you for real? We're now having a tutorial of how to use miracles in the middle of combat. It's exactly the same as out of combat. So if you use miracles during combat, then you can inflict damage on the enemies and also do put effects on them that are disadvantageous. Japan order came to it. What did you order? Okay, this is useful information, so I was a bit confused there. So, when you use a miracle, you'll see these arrows up and down appearing on above monsters. And that way you'll be able to check the effects on the monsters. So up means that it'll inflict large damage on monsters. Down means it won't do great damage. Oh, while you're fighting monsters, the miracles will only affect the monsters. It won't destroy build. Oh, that's good. I was worried about that. You got Dragon's Crown for the... Oh, I have that. Why did you get that from Japan? I actually bought that from the UK in the end, because I wanted to play it with my friend. I had it on the PlayStation 3 originally, from Japan. But then I decided that I wanted, like, because it only has English voices, I think, not English text, and I wanted everything in English so that me and my friend could enjoy, like, co-op on the couch together. So I ended up buying it from the UK. Actually, I bought it from the PSN, I think. I mean, I don't know why I'm even asking why you bought that from Japan. When you said Japan, I thought it was going to be like exclusives or something. I've just read that. So when you use a miracle, you won't to use one for a while. So you can't use them continuously, so the key to this is using correct timing. Okay. I don't have any SP though, because I've used it all before the tutorial told me about it. Get exclusive, sometimes it becomes just cheaper. Was it cheaper in that case? I imagine Dragon's Crown is kind of desirable in English now, physically. Dragon's Crown has the English language voices though, if I remember. Just not text, which is annoying. How can I get more SP? Are you liking this after 1000 tutorials? Have you heard about the tutorials bar phase, or are you just saying it from your experience? Have you played this? The one with the steelbook cover? I need SP. I've got nothing else to do. Oh, I can move him though, can't I? I don't know whether I should. I feel like I used my miracles before the game expected me to. Oh, there we go. That's not miracles. I was lurking earlier and lamenting them. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, in fairness, it sounds like I'm coming down especially hard on this game. It's not this game, it's all games now. This is not unique. But do we win? Success. And you're rewarded with 10 minutes of dialogue. To be honest, if I wasn't reading it in Japanese, it wouldn't be such a big deal. You'd just skim read through it all. I think that's also what needs to be taken into account. I'm getting fatigue. So I just want to do an action stage. I want to do a boss. So with that, is it all over? I like that there's a new background though. This is a nice art. Got alert though, alert work. Thank you for the alert though. Ah, Viritos. Who's talking? I guess it's them talking. Your way of fighting was wonderful. And it's thanks to you that we're able to protect the village. Thank you so much. Oh, really? Whatever. Angel's pest. It's like, ugh, wait a minute. At a time like this, shouldn't they also be extending their thanks to the protection of Lord Moon beforehand? Shouldn't that come first? Oh well. I guess that guy sure put on a good show for just a human. Quest clear. We're allowed to play the game now. Got more scrolls. Swear to God if you tell me how to use scrolls again. Pew pew. What now? Lord Moon. We're developing the town. We need to increase the population. So let's guide the people and make the town bigger. Got that one. Just let me think for a moment. You've told me how to play the game, so please just let me play. Oh, in this lair, I can sense the presence of strong evil energy. With the humans as they are right now, it doesn't seem like they'll be able to do it. Why don't we increase the population a little bit? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Ooh, there's a new... Jesus Christ. Oh, Lord God. We've strengthened our determinations to head towards the monsters' lairs, one after the other. Please guide us. Well, if you'll shut the fuck up and listen. Please guide us and we'll definitely find those evil orbs. Isn't that wonderful? The more they try, the more they do. And that means my job my jobs are decreasing. Oh, what's that? What now? Viritos. When the humans just said that they were about to head to the monsters' lairs, just what are you doing? You? Wait. Isn't that your job? Or isn't that their job even? So that's something that they should do. This isn't my job, basically, my responsibility. This isn't my time. I'll be just chilling. Bye. Did you see that moon? He doesn't seem to have much motivation to do anything. With that guy had so much power, I thought he was probably the hero of legends, but it seems that I was mistaken. Hmm? We got quests. The hero of legends. So we need to use the power of the humans to steal away the monster's lair, and then go down and destroy the materialization vessels. Okay. Well, I might do one more or something and have to think about calling it soon. I'm getting a bit sleepy. I feel like we've barely played the game at this point. I love he's just strutting around. Can they go in yet? No. Okay. Can they go this way? They may as well. We need to probably go up. So maybe if I use a miracle. Oh, it tells you on the left like what you're going to destroy if you destroy the town stuff. Oh my gosh. What are they to him? So now at least I've got 2 barricades for the next time we have to do a tower defense thing. 3 barricades. More materials. Can I build another fort now then? I could probably do that. Protect all sides. And then maybe put arrows like elsewhere. That's probably how this game's gonna go. I assume we need to take them to this lair then. I don't know how you're supposed to know what lair's what. They look the same. I don't, maybe just a small miracle today. So it seems like the amount of people has increased considerably on this land. So why don't we return back to the Sky Castle just for now, or just in case, and record our progress. We're gonna learn how to save. Oh my god, saving and loading the game. So you can save and load the game in the Sky Temple, the Sky Castle. And if you want to change the game's difficulty in the middle of the game, you can also do that in the Sky Castle. You can also return to the Sky Castle from the main menu. In the main menu, you can also check statuses, and you see, I've already figured out. This is what I mean. Well, sort of. I kind of forget that there might be people that aren't familiar with games. You have to take that into consideration, but it's kind of like I've already tinkered through the options. I've had a look, and I've figured most of it out. Probably should go off and do that. I would have liked to have done another. Oh, we can go to the temple though. Have they got anything else to say? Or we have no prayers. Is that where you get quests then? That we're able to live here because of your protection. Okay. Oh, this, yeah, so this is must be how you check quests. Oops. I might seal this. Oh, see, I would just go and seal this, but I'm scared that it's going to trigger like endless dialogue. And I'm just looking at the time. Oh, it seems they can do that one at least. Oh. Let's do it. I'm itching to kill something. Is it the same screen? Interesting that this has a timer. Oh, there's a purple one. Oh. Oh god, the damage that they do. Why is he glowing? What the hell was all that damage? Oh, you can do a lot of slashes like that. Crouch attack seems to do like 4 combos. So we're sealing the monster's lair. The humans have gained the power to resist the monsters. And so now they'll be able to build many more forts. Well, because of this, the maximum amount of forts that we can build has gone from 3 to 4. Oh god, we sealed away the monster's lair. Well, it's been sealed away. We thank you for your holy work, I guess. What a wonderful result. So, Angel Messenger, what you were saying before though, about the hero of legend, just what was that? Would you mind not speaking to me so casually? I'm the messenger of God. I think he's saying don't say such stiff things. Please, I'm begging you. Yeah, his speech, what you call it, speech patterns are quite casual. I guess it can't be helped. I'll teach you as a special time, like special favour. So it was at the time when the former god was was driven away from this world by Satan. The humans that were left, they spoke of this legend. At the time when God descends upon the earth again, and the 6 heroes will appear together with the shining of... what is that? I was about to say it's Mars, but I'm reading it backwards. The Starfire. Is that a word? Seems not. With the fire of the stars shining with them, the 6 heroes of legend will appear. Shining bright like the stars, I guess. And they will help the god with their power and their spirit. And with that, then God will be able to surely defeat Satan. I see. But what you said was true. I really don't think I could have anything to do with such wonderful kind of heroes. I'm not really cut out for it. I bet he is, though. And I think that will be a good place to stop. Because my brain is starting to melt. I can't read anymore. So let's go back to the Sky Castle. Save our game for the first time. Good God, there hasn't been a power cut. 2 hours and 8 minutes so far. Not bad. I feel like more. I guess because we were faffing around at the start. I've only been live 3 hours. I guess it just because of the slow pace, it makes it feel like it's much longer. But yeah, that's ActRaiser Renaissance. I am enjoying it. I'm looking forward to when it can just shut up a little bit and let me actually play more, though. I feel like I've been just reading for the past hour and a half. Whereas the first action stage was good. Do you know what, though, actually, before I do, I'm kind of curious, and if you wanted to see any of the action anyway, let's go back and do the first level, because we missed a scroll. And I didn't see where it could be. I just also need a palate cleanser. I need to kill something. So we got 2 out of 3 scrolls. I have no idea where the third one is though. To be honest though, as a sort of a slight oh, is that it? No. A sort of a slight complaint though, I do think one of the issues that I really didn't like about Sol Seraph was similar to this. Like Sol Seraph yapped on and on and on and on. But in that case, I don't think it was so much tutorials, it might have been, but it was actually just the story. But the story wasn't always that interesting, and it felt like a lot of just like rambling about nothing, and you just want to get on with playing the game, and characters just keep constantly jammering on about like whatever. You need to be careful with the balance, I think. You know, speaking of Dragon's Crown, I need to actually finish it, but my friend hasn't been over for quite a while. I keep going to his house instead. And do you remember the days when you could just take your memory card? Well, can't do that. I have to actually take my entire PlayStation, which I don't want to do. Ooh. Oh, I didn't even see that. I'm just thinking where it could be. I did this one. You know, there was that suspicious platform at the end of the level. Oh, you can do that. Getting a cheeky extra attack in. Ooh. Do I have iframes during that slam? That seems a bit much. I'll say the music's spectacular though. It's definitely a highlight. This? What is this? You think there should be a thing? Why is that there? Whoa. Whoa. Oh no. Maybe it is that, because I fell down last time. I could get up there. So I need to just maybe... But it's... I thought they were only in the gold statues. Oh. I can get back up. No, that's not it. You know, he's even got the afterglow like Alucard. Speaking of Castlevania, he's got that sort of like... What do you call it? Ghost image. Oh, was that it? I thought I'd picked that up. Maybe it's because I've redone this level quite a few times. It changed the difficulty. Maybe it didn't. I didn't get it that time. I wonder if I have to finish the level. Probably. I got all this MP, but I don't actually have any magic yet, do I? Oh, crap. I like how they made the statues look like the box art of the original. Oh, missed that. The crouch attack does less damage actually. So even though it is sort of faster, it's not better. This is not Cells Up. No, this is ActRaiser Renaissance. This is actually a remake of ActRaiser. Actually ActRaiser. I will play Soul Seraph if you would like, though. I will play this. I will play Soul Seraph after, because I haven't played Soul Seraph since it was new. Soul Seraph doesn't look anywhere near as nice as this. To the Sky Temple. And we can save. Yeah. Right.